It's Pam, and I said I was going to create a video on tapping on the disapproval, and I thought, just do it now, Pam. Just do it now. So what we're going to do, because this is off the cuff, so what we're going to do is we're going to get in touch. You're going to take some time, and you're going to get in touch with all the ways that you felt they disapproved of you. I don't think I mentioned in the other ones, but I was very aware of how much I disapproved of others as well. Their behaviour, their attitude, their beliefs, whatever. So it's all the ways they disapproved of self, so all the ways they disapproved of me. And I would write it down. That's what I do, write it down. And then it's all the ways I disapproved of them, meaning my parents, the way they were responding to me. It was the teachers. It was blah, 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 because it did go on. And then we bring it, so we can clear them first. I like to clear them first and then bring it back to self. So write it down, all the ways they disapproved of me, all the ways I disapproved of them, and then all the ways I disapprove of self. And then we're going to use the tapping to clear it. Okay? So I'm imagining you're going to pause the video and you're going to really get into, and when I mean get in touch with it, I want you to welcome it in, all that disapproval. And that means being, like there's an old saying, to delete something. That, like, we're going to delete a document on the computer. We open it up. We look at the document. And then we delete it. And that's what we're doing with this disapproval. We're welcoming it in. We're sitting even with it. We're sitting with all the ways mum disapproved of me, all the ways dad disapproved of me, all the way the siblings disapproved of me, all the ways the extended family disapproved of me, all the ways that the school disapproved of me, all the way, like you're just getting, all the way friends disapproved of me, like you just get in touch with it. And you feel that disapproval. You welcome it in and you sit in that disapproval. And normally it's pretty uncomfortable. And you notice all the ways it makes you feel. You welcome it in. And once you welcome it in, now if you're not there yet, this is where you pause the video and just sit there thinking about your whole life of disapproval. And first remember it's them disapproving. Okay? And then when you're in it, when you've got it, you turn the video back on, which hopefully is now, and then we start to tap. I release and let go. All the anger, all the resentment, all the judgment. I release and let go all the sadness, all the fear, all the emotional trauma. I release and let go all the criticism, all the disapproval, the rejection. I release and let go. I release and let go. By the way, a little bit windy out there. You're going to hear the little, I think it's me, clothesline. Just let that go too. Release and let go. See, I approve of it. In the past, I would have been like running out there trying to stop it. Yeah, it's a noise. What's a big deal? I release and let go. All the anger, all the resentment, all the guilt, all the judgments, all the abandonments, all the betrayals. I release and let go. The disapproval. All the ways that disapproved of me. I release and let it go. Okay, I do my hand on my heart now. So just hand on the heart, taking a nice deep breath in. It actually feels quite strange, I've got to tell you, tapping this way, because I do it differently. I do it differently now. But it all works. If you need to know where I'm up to, you'll have to book in for a session. It's pretty cool. All right. Let's check back in again. So you get in touch with all their disapproval of you, of your behavior, of your attitude, of your personality, of even you, physicality of you, who you are, this divine spirit that you are. All the disapproval. Releasing and letting go. Releasing and letting go. All the disapproval. All the ways they disapproved of who I am. My behavior. My attitude. All the ways they disapproved. And if you felt rejected, put that in there. Their disapproval. What did it mean to you? What did it mean to you when they disapproved of you? When you got into trouble. You got into trouble. You got punished. The disapproval. Unacceptable. And for many people, for many of us, me included, we modify who we are. We change who we are because we want to please them. And we want to please them for a good reason, because quite often we're very little when it starts. And our life depends on being accepted, being a part of, belonging to. And that's that primitive brain, the croc brain. Like, it knows if we're not part of the tribe, we're dead. We are dead. So we want it. We not want it. We have to be a part of. We have to fit in. We have to belong. So we modify. We change. We adapt. To please others. Releasing and letting go. Releasing and letting go. All the sadness, all the fear, the rejection. Releasing and letting go. Releasing and letting go. Releasing and letting go. All their disapproval. I wasn't good enough. So the wasn't good enough comes from this. Because you're wanting to please them. You're wanting to be accepted. You're wanting to be loved. You're seeking their approval. Releasing and letting go. All that trying to gain their approval. Trying to gain their attention. Of course, attention's love. Trying to gain their attention, their acceptance, their love, whatever it is. It's along them lines. Notice how you feel it. And then let it go. It's safe to let it go now. It's safe to let it go now. Excellent. Hand on the heart. Big deep breath in. My greatest passion is helping people to discover who they truly are. Without all the conditioning, without all the programming. Setting them free to be who they're truly meant to be. Why? Because that's what I needed. That is so what I needed. And still, I'm setting myself free. Free to be me. All right, let's check back in again. The disapproval. Noticing the disapproval. Noticing how you know it's still there. Could be something that someone said. It could be an audio recording of something that someone said. It could be a visual. It can be a physical sensation, sometimes smells and tastes. Just notice how you know it's still there. Releasing and letting go. All that disapproval. The unacceptable. Releasing and letting go. All the physical sensations. Everything I hear. So if you hear something, if you still hear words that someone, how they disapprove. Mine used to be, Pamela! Because when I was in trouble, that's what it was. So, and you listen and it's like, what direction do you hear that coming from? What direction do you hear that coming from? And you listen, because we're deleting the old cassette tape. It's been around for a long time. Now, some younger ones, they might not even know what a cassette tape is. But anyone that does know what a cassette tape knows that if you play it over and over and over, it strips and it just goes everywhere. And then you throw it out the car window and you hold the end of it. Just notice. Releasing and letting go. All the sounds, all the tones, all the words. All the feelings, all the physical sensations. All the images fading away, drifting off. All the colour draining out. I let it all go. It's safe to let it go now. It is safe to let it go now. Hand on the heart. And peace. And remember, if you're not in a peaceful state, if you're sad from all of this, if you're angry from all of this, and you're not getting to the peaceful state, do some jumping jacks. Listen to your favourite music. Put your favourite music on and just listen to it for a little while, especially the chorus. I love them choruses. And what we're doing is we're changing our state. We're going from this anger or sadness, and we're going over to just uplifted. And then we check back again, and we check back with what's left. What is it that you still feel? What is it that's still upsetting you about this being them disapproving of you? And just notice what's left. You check inside, and anytime you need to hit the video, hit the pause, not hit the video, hit the pause on the video. That'll help. Just take your time. Get in touch with what's left. Okay. Releasing and letting go. Releasing and letting go. All of it. I clear all of it. Releasing and letting go. Releasing and letting it go. I clear all of it. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Peace. Now, if you're not at a zero, I want you to go back and do a couple more rounds of the tapping. So now I want you to check in with all the ways I disapproved of others. So I disapproved of the way they treated me. I disapproved of the way their behaviour. I disapproved of whatever. What they said, what they did, all of the ways you disapproved of them. And same thing, we welcome it in. We sit in that feeling of all the ways I've disapproved of others. And we go back to childhood, but it'll still be happening. There'll still be people that in government. But there will still be things happening today that you disapprove of, yeah? and you notice how it makes you feel. You notice how it makes you feel. You notice what you say to yourself, the sounds that are coming in, the visuals that are coming in. Okay, and then we tap. Releasing and letting go all the ways I disapprove of them. All the sadness, all the fear, all the emotional trauma, all the angers, all the resentments, all the guilts, all the judgments, all the abandonments, all the betrayals. All the ways I disapprove of them, their behavior, their values, their beliefs. Releasing and letting go that disapproval. Releasing and letting go. 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 Hand on the heart. Big deep breath in. And peace. Find that peace. And remember, if you can't find the peace, you know what to do. You've done this before. Or you've heard it before. Okay. Now we welcome it in again. All the ways you've disapproved of your mother, your father, your siblings, the teachers, the friends, the bosses, the co-workers, and beyond. All the ways you disapprove. Releasing and letting go. All that disapproval. Doesn't meet my expectation. Doesn't meet my standard. Doesn't align with my values. All that disapproval. So much disapproval. I release and let it go. I release and let it go. All the disapproval, the non-acceptance. And it's disappointment, it's rejection, like all of that's in there. The not good enough's in there. They're not good enough. Their behaviour's not good enough. Releasing and letting go. Releasing and letting go. I clear it all. It's safe to let it go now. Okay, hand on the heart. And peace. Now you'll be able to watch all of it through. So right from the start of the tapping, all of it focusing on them. All the ways you disapprove of them. Okay? All the ways that they didn't meet your expectations. They didn't align with your rules, your regulations, your blah, 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 blah. Okay? All right. Now this is the big one. The disapproval of self. I want you to notice all the ways you disapprove of yourself. You disapprove of your behaviour, the things you say, the things you do. The disapproval of self. All the ways. I want you to think about all the ways you disapprove of yourself, the way you look, the way you're changing, the way you are with others, the way you are with yourself, all the ways you disapprove of yourself. You judge yourself. You beat up on yourself. all your rules and your regulations that you're not measuring up to. You are not measuring up to. You got it? All right. Releasing and letting go. All the ways I disapprove of myself. All my judgments, all my criticism, I'm letting it go. I'm letting it go. I'm letting it go. I'm letting it go. All that disapproval. I disapprove of the way I behave, the way I look, what I say, my being, the spirit that I am. I'm different. It's just a judgment. We're meant to be different. It's just a disapproving that you're not like such and such. You want to be more like such and such. Well, you're not. You're uniquely you. And that's who you're meant to be. That is so who you're meant to be. There are so many people waiting for you to be uniquely you. Releasing and letting go. All the disapproval, the judgment, the criticism, the anger, like whatever's there, just let it go. You yell it out. Talk over the top of me, just get it out. It's time to let it go. Releasing and letting go. Releasing and letting go. All the feelings, all the physical sensations, all the images, all the sounds, all the smells, all the tastes. I'm letting it go. I'm letting it go. All the ways I disapprove of me. It's time to let it go. Because when you get down to it, like I really want you, we know it's not helpful. Like being negative and beating up on yourself, is that really going to help you in any way? Or loving yourself and being positive, is that more likely to have a positive impact on yourself and your life? Releasing and letting go. All the ways I judge myself. All the ways I criticize. All my negativity. That dialogue in my... Like it doesn't shut up. And remember, even if it doesn't shut up... even if it does shut up... We're talking about them nano thoughts. Them rules that you create just so you can break. To remind you that you're not good enough. Releasing and letting go. Releasing and letting go. All the disapproval. Releasing and letting go. Releasing and letting go. I think that's enough because you'll be able to use that all the tapping. So I want you to go through it 3 times. If you feel the need. Of course, your choice. I got no rules. I got no expectations. Whatever you like. 3 times though. That's my recommendation. First, all the ways they disapproved of you, then all the ways you disapprove of them, and then all the ways you disapprove of self. Perfect. Hand on the heart. You'll be surprised what comes up in that disapproval. Or maybe it's just me. I don't think so though. I've been doing this work long enough to know it's not just me. It's so not just me. All right. So we've done the tapping. We're at a point where we're feeling, oh my God, ecstatic. We're feeling, we've released that, so the approval's starting to come in. And now we're going to start havening. So now I'm going to, just in case you haven't caught the video, but you need to catch that video. It's called The Deliberate Pause on YouTube. And what we're going to talk about now is we can start to notice that we're doing things that we would rather choose not to. So I love myself even though. I love myself even though I'm not exercising as much as I would like. I'm just making up stuff here, but it could be relevant. I love myself even though I'm still overeating. I love myself even though I'm not being as productive as I would like to be. I love myself even though blah, blah, blah. I've got nothing. Oh, that's interesting. I love myself even though I've got nothing to say. I love myself even though I've got something to say. But what we're looking at when we're doing this is when these nano thoughts come in, or they might be just genuine repetitive thoughts. I love myself. Okay, I'm going to go some clients. I love myself even though I drink way too much. I love myself even though I'm smoking. I love myself. And like, if you know, if one of these is quite strong, stick with it. Like, repeat the same thing over and over. Like, I love myself even though I'm smoking. I love myself even though I'm still choosing to smoke. I love myself even though I hate smoking and I'm still choosing to do it. I love myself even though I feel weak that I smoke. Like, that's what you stick with the one thing. But you notice what it is that you disapprove of that you're doing. And the real one for me was the exercise. I love exercising and I'm not doing as much as I used to do. So I love myself even though I'm not exercising like I used to. I love myself even though I don't feel motivated for whatever reason. I love myself even though I'm neglecting that magnificent time with me, because walking's so extraordinary. I love myself even though I'm not finding time to do it like I used to. And I have the time. I love myself. So that's what you're doing. You're finding that, where that disapproval's coming from, and then you just sit with that one thing. And then you go to the next thing. So once you feel okay, it's like, okay, I'm not walking. You know you will. Walking's a part of my life for the rest of my life. I made that commitment, oh God, I don't know, a long time ago. I think it's nearly 20 years ago. So walking is a part of my life for the rest of my life. So once you at peace with whatever it is, then you look deeper and you look at something else. But I want you to hold this space of loving yourself. Now, for some people, this could be really hard because they hate that they're doing these behaviours. But I want you to understand that you're an internal being. You're a soul having an experience of life. And your programming and your conditioning, which is our experiences in life. So our experiences in life create programs, just like computers and phones and everything else. And we act from that programming. And you can't open up a Word document and expect to do calculus. It just doesn't work. So even though we're wanting to do something else, the program or the conditioning or patterns, habits, call it what you like, but it's choosing us to do something else. And the more we push that away, the more we resist that, the stronger it becomes. And it doesn't make sense to us to love it, because if we love ourselves even though we're doing that, well, then we're just going to continue doing it. Well, that's not the case. That's not how it works. As we allow and accept what is, we have an opportunity to do something different, to behave different. So my recommendation is that you love yourself. And way back in the EFT, way back when we first started with Gary Craig and the EFT, I love myself even though And we didn't say I love it. I love and accept myself. I love and accept myself. And if it could be love and approve of ourselves because we're doing the approval. That would be clever. I love and approve of myself, even though. And the likelihood that your behavior and your habits will start to shift. So, it just will. But if you're struggling with loving and accepting yourself, even though you've got these bad behaviors, number one, you're probably gone by now. You won't still be on the video. But if you're struggling and you're still hanging in there, good on you. So maybe why is it so easy for me? Why is it so easy for me to love and approve or accept whatever works for you? But I'm going to do approve from now on because I think that was very smart. Why is it so easy for me to love and approve of myself, even though I'm blank? Why is it so easy for me to love and approve of myself, even though blank? Why is it so easy for me to love and approve of myself, even though blank? Just fill in them blanks. Why is it so easy for me to love and approve of myself, even though blank? Why is it so easy for me to love and approve of myself, even though blank? Why is it so easy for me to love and approve of myself, even though and I set you a challenge to do this just for 5-10 minutes a day, where you start to love and approve of yourself, even though you have behaviours, ways of being that you would prefer not to be. And as you embrace that part of you, that aspect of you, that behaviour, that it will naturally have less charge. So what happens is when we're trying not to be a certain way, when we're resisting, it's almost, there's a video about the beach ball under the water, you know, it's like we're pushing, and then it comes up and it has more force behind it because we've been suppressing it, we've been pushing it down, we've been not wanting to do it, and then by allowing it to be, the energy dissipates. It hasn't got that same energy behind it. Anyway, that's it for today. If you still want to do some more havening, go back to the havening, keep doing it. It is a beautiful, loving, nurturing process in itself. And what better way to do it but love and approve of yourself as you are. Keep tapping. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. It really does help me and it helps the channel to get out there, and you may want to hit the notification button. Keep tapping, take care, and if you haven't been to see me with my new way of working, I highly recommend you do. It is extraordinary work that I'm doing. If you are ready to set yourself free, then come and join me.